everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are painting the really cool new Kroot Flesh Shaper from the Kroot Hunting Pack Tau Army set that Games Workshop has very kindly sent to me early to build up and paint for all of you, and that is exactly what we are doing today. I really like this guy, he's very characterful, he's very cool, and well, we're going to jump in and we're going to start painting him. So he's been primed in Wraithbone, and the colour we're going to be using first is Gutrippa Flesh. And we're going to be applying this over the top of all of our Flesh Shaper's skin. I'm just going to start just here on the knee. Like that. And the thing to be careful of here is that there's all kinds of little nooks and crannies where there might be some flesh. Now one part to avoid is his actual tummy area, which is right in there. That's going to be a slightly different colour. They have a much softer inner kind of stomach area. For now, we're just going to make our way around the model, picking out all the flesh, and then once that's done we'll come back. So with all that Gutrippa Flesh applied, we're then going to take some Cygor Brown, and we're going to apply this over the top of the leg and arm guards. So with that Cygor Brown applied to the leg and arm guards, what we're then going to do is take some Ratling Grime, and we're going to apply this over the top of his kind of tunic. With that Ratling Grime then applied, we're then going to take some Skeleton Horde. I'm going to apply this over the top of the kind of tabard. With that skeleton horde applied, we're then going to take some Flesh Tearers Red. And we're going to apply this over the top of his kind of sash. Like that sort of thing. But what we're also going to do is we're going to apply this over the top of the quills. So with that Flesh Tearers Red applied, we're then going to take some Mortarion Grime. And we're going to apply this over the top of the skull cap. And with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Wyldwood. I'm going to apply this over the top of any of the remaining kind of quills. So we've got some on what would effectively be a beard. Just here on his chin. Like that. There's a couple on some of the arm on some of the arms. There's two arms. There's one just here, for example. There's another one. Right in there like that. And what we're also going to do is we're going to apply this over the top of this little knife handle. Like so, and over the top of the stock of the rifle. So with that Wyldwood applied, we're then going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur. And we're going to apply this over the top of the leather of the case. Of the rifle. And over the top of the grips of both the weapons. And we're going to do 2 coats of this. Keep it nice and dark. So with those 2 coats of Gore-Grunta Fur applied, we're then going to take some Seraphim Sepia. And we're going to apply this over the top of his tummy. So with that Seraphim Sepia applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion. And we're going to apply this over the top of any kind of remaining leather and straps and string. With that then done, we take some skeleton horde. I'm going to apply this over the skull. With that skeleton horde applied over the skull and bones, we're then going to take some Carroburg Crimson. Well, that's way too much. And we're going to apply this over the top of the tongue. Like so. We're also going to apply this over the kind of innards of the meat. Like that. And we're going to use this to shade the quills. With that Carroburg Crimson applied, we're then going to take some Reikland Fleshshade, and we're going to apply this over the top of the outer skin of the meat. Like so, but similarly to the Carroburg Crimson, we use this as an opportunity to do some shading. So we're going to apply this Reikland Fleshshade over the top of all of the Cygor Brown and the Wyldwood. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is take some thinned down Leadbelcher. We're going to apply this over almost all of the remaining details. A couple of little other things left, but for the majority of it, we're going to apply this Leadbelcher all over the top of the weapons, the functional parts of the rifle, most of the jewellery, the hooks and things. It's quite a lot of silver. So with all that silver then applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. I'm going to apply this over the top of all of the remaining details. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to do a tiny little bit of blending and, well, probably our last base coat, which is going to be some Black Templar. Now we're going to be applying the Black Templar over the top of the toenails and the fingernails. like so. However, we are going to be doing just a little bit of tiny little bit of blending. So here on the chin, what we want to do, we're going to apply this over the top of basically the whole of the chin, like that. Then we're going to wash the brush, touch off the water, and then just along here, we're going to blend the two colours together. Same for the nose. Like that. Wash the brush. And then, just on this end, do a little bit of blending. We will just finish off the face because we need to. So again, we're just going to come down this side, wash the brush, touch off the water, and give it a good blending. Same on the other side of the nose. Use a little bit more paint than that. Like that. Wash the brush. And give it the blends. Like so. Then, finally, with the Black Templar, what we're going to do towards the base of the quills is we're going to apply this, and again we're going to blend this into the red. So we're just going to apply this like so. Then wash the brush, touch off the water, and then give it the blends. And that sort of thing. So with that now done, we're going to shade him. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some Nuln Oil. I'm going to use this to shade all the silver and the Ratling Grime. And with all that Nuln Oil applied, we're then going to take some Kroak Green. I'm going to apply this over the top of the flesh. Should point out that we also applied the Nuln Oil over the top of the head covering where we did the Mortarion Grime. Forgot to mention it before, but I'm mentioning it now. I'm such a pro. So with that done, our Flesh Shaper is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and he's looking pretty good. However, we're not going to leave him there. We're going to take him to the next level, and we're going to do this by adding some layers. No layers, just highlights. So, colour we're going to be using first is some thinned down Deepkin Flesh. I'm going to be using this to highlight all of the skin, including the beak. However, we are going to start down here, just on the knee. It's got a nice pronounced edge. For us to pick out. Just like this. With that Deepkin Flesh applied, we're then going to use a teeny tiny little bit of Yriel Yellow. I'm going to use this to pick out the eyeballs. So with that Yriel Yellow applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Knight-Questor Flesh. I'm going to use this to highlight all of the Cygor Brown. Like that sort of thing. But what we're also going to do, we're going to use this to highlight the Wyldwood as well on the quills, as well as the darker areas on the quills on his head. But we're not going to use this to highlight the wood on the weapon. So with that Knight-Questor Flesh applied to all of the dark brown, what we're now going to do is take some thinned down Karak Stone, and we're going to use this to highlight the Ratling Grime. With that Karak Stone all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Deathclaw Brown. I'm going to use this to highlight the red, so including the quills and the sash, and we're going to use this to highlight the wrap on the back. With that Deathclaw Brown applied, what we're then going to do is take some thinned down Ironbreaker. And we're going to use this to highlight all the silver. And so with that done, there's just one last thing to do, which is to take some Asurmen Blue. And we're going to apply this over the top of some of the jewellery. So we're looking for things like this little split thing here. We've got this one here as well. Like so. And we have the little triangle. Just there like that. And we have the earrings. And so naturally, with the base complete, our Flesh Shaper is now finished. And I really like this model. I think it's very, very cool. It's a little bit of a shame there aren't too many different options here, but I'm sure more ambitious modelers could do something with this, because it's a really cool model. It's nice and dynamic. Could change up the weapons, possibly even the head or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But for now, I think he looks wonderful, and I can't wait to use him with some Kroot carnivores. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.